it's Joyce. I'm here with this week's quick 30-minute stretch. We will start today with a short 2 to 3 minute warm-up just to make sure you got some blood flow going through your muscles, and then I will take you through a guided stretch. Full body stretch. I'm going to focus a little bit more on some twisting, some lengthening of your obliques, but of course I'll hit the great juicy low body spots as well. So start with your feet shoulder width apart. You have a soft bend in your knees. Take a big deep inhale, arms reach up. And then as you exhale, let that go. Do it again. Big soft bend in your knees. Inhale up. And open mouth, exhale. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, you'll fold all the way forward. Flat back, flat legs. And just let your head, neck, and shoulders hang. Upper body is heavy. You can even give yourself a little sway side to side. And then you'll bend your knees real big, roll up for 4, upper body low, 3, 2, do that again, big inhale up, little faster. Fold forward, exhale, bend your knees, roll up for 3, 2, you have 1 more of those, big inhale up, exhale, fold all the way forward, bend your knees, roll up for 3, 2, we're gonna reach up and over to the right, big side bend, and then switch to the left. So there's a soft bend in your knees, and you're just reaching through the arm like you're pushing through a thick substance, trying to create some tension through your body as you lengthen through the side bodies. Let's go for 8 counts. Here's 6, up and over to the right and hold. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go, big reach forward all the way to the side. You can look up slightly at the ceiling or the sky. Once again, there's a soft bend in your knees, really driving down through your left foot to create length and tension all through this left side. And then reach up, you're gonna go over to the left now, same thing, other side. Pushing down now through your right foot. You wanna feel the outside edges of your feet really driving into the floor. Looking up if that feels good for your neck. If not, you can look down at your feet. Take a big inhale, exhale, 1 more time each side, a little faster. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Up and over, hold, 3, 2, and 1. Now you're just gonna punch to the corners of your room. We're punching to the right and left, right and left. Follow your hands with your eyes so that your spine is all twisting in the same direction. Just a few more like this. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, in 5. I just want a few jumping jacks. We go 3, 2, 25 seconds of jacks. Now if you need a modification for jumping, you can just step touch 1 foot at a time, but focus on big long arms here. No little half bend arms. Think about lengthening through the elbows. We have 5 seconds. We're going to squats, hands behind your head. In 3, 2, and 1. So feet shoulder width apart, hands come behind your head. You'll sit back and squat. As you exhale, bring your opposite elbow to opposite knee, place it back down, and then switch sides. So we're just going through a squat, oblique twist. It's kind of like a bicycle crunch, except you're standing. And focus on this control. Twist, lower the leg down, down, and up. Almost done with this warm up. You got 5 counts. Here's 4, big twist. 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Let's step back to the back edge of our space, facing long ways along your mat. I want you to tuck your chin, roll all the way down, and then walk yourself into a high plank. Stacking your shoulders over your wrists, squeeze your legs together. Pull your belly button up into your spine, shoulders away from your ears. And then I want you to pike your hips up to the ceiling, drawing your chest towards your thighs, and pulling your heels down towards the mat. And you just hold and breathe. Really focus on shoulders pulling away from your ears. So you're really pulling down through your shoulders rather than lifting and shrugging. Relax down, let the head be heavy. And then from here, I just want you to bend your right leg. So right leg bends, you might be able to push the left heel down a little bit more. And then as the right leg bends, I want you to drop your right hip. And that's gonna create a nice intense stretch here on the outside of your left leg. Take a nice big deep breath into that. And then exhale, switch legs. So now you bend your left leg, dropping your left hip. Feeling a big stretch on the outside of your right leg now. And then really drive down through your right heel, keeping the leg as straight as you can. Switch one more time. Bending through the right leg, drop the right hip, and then switch. So this is really good if you sit all day, any runners, cyclists, this is a good IT band stretch. Helps mobilize the hip joint. Let's place both heels back down on the ground. And then you're gonna pull yourself back into your high plank. So stacking once again, your wrists over your shoulders, bring the hips low. I want you to bring your left foot up to the outside of your left hand. So you're now in a low lunge. From here, take your left hand, I want you to reach up to the ceiling and then bring your hand back down to the ground. Reach up to the ceiling, so you're turning your chest towards your bent left knee, and then you square your shoulders as you press your hand back down to the ground. So we rotate through the spine, bring the spine back to neutral. Let's do 3 more. This is mobilizing our thoracic spine. It's the upper portion of your back, the ribs or the spine that runs between your ribs. Hands back down, step back to your high plank and switch legs. So I'm just gonna switch. So you got a good camera view here. So you got your right leg forward now, left leg is back. Really think about squeezing the back glute. We lift your right hand now, twisting towards your right leg, lift, and then square your shoulders back to the ground. Do that again, big lift, and shoulders back, square to the ground. 3 more, keep your hips low. You might notice one side is a little more difficult to twist. That is this side. For me, that's totally normal. If this side is yours as well, give it like 1 extra twist. I'm gonna do 1 extra right there. Boom. Perfect. And then place your feet back together. 1 more time, downward facing dog. Just reset. And then walk your hands back towards your heels. I just want a nice forward fold. Commit to tucking your chin and just hanging, soft bend in your knees. So don't lock through your joints. There's a little buoyancy through the joints. You can even release your hands and fold. Now you're gonna roll up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's start with our feet a little bit wider than hips distance apart. You're just gonna take a big breath in and fold all the way forward. Let the head, neck, and shoulders be heavy. From here, I want you to pull your body over to your left leg and try to hug your chest into your thigh. Now from here, you're gonna take your right hand to the outside of your ankle and then lift your left arm up to the ceiling. And then I like to use the arm that's down to really push my chest away from the leg now as I reach my arm to the ceiling and hold. If this is too intense, you can just stay in the stretch, pulling your chest towards your thigh. Otherwise, big twist. And then hand back down. Walk through center. Give me 1 bend of your knees. So little plie or a mini squat. Straighten and then pull your body now over to the right side. So same thing, other side. Focus on pulling your body towards your chest. Big inhale, big exhale. Take your left hand, grab the outside of your right ankle, push your right arm up to the ceiling as you push your your left hand into your right ankle. And then look up at your hand if you can. If not, look down at the ground. Wherever you are, you just don't want to feel any pain. And then place the hand back down. Pull your body center. Bend your knees. Roll up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's come down to the ground for a little bit. So you're just going to roll all the way back down to the ground. And you're going to start by pulling your left knee into your chest, extending your right leg long. So knee is bent. I just want you to rock your leg side to side, maybe even rolling the hip in the joint, and then go the other way, kind of like you're stirring a pot and your femur is the big wooden spoon. Okay, pull it back into your chest. Extend your leg this time. I like to interlock my fingers behind my hamstring, and then I want you to flex your foot. So pull your toes back towards your shins, and then situate your hips so that you're not crunching that left hip up towards your ribs. You're really driving the left hip down, creating space between the bottom of your ribs and the top of your pelvis. And then drive your heel up to the ceiling. I like to roll my ankle here. This helps lengthen all the little nooks and crannies of your calf muscle and the gastrocnemius and the soleus. Roll, roll, roll. And then just hold. Now you're gonna bend your knee and then push. Little bend, little release, really push the hip bone, the sit bone towards, away from you, so towards the wall that's behind your leg, and then straighten. One more time, bend and push. Let's do a little twist action. So you're gonna bend your knee, take your hand, grab the outside of your knee and carry it across your body, and then you'll extend your left arm out to the side, palm face up. So ideally your arm is all the way out in a T, and then if you can, I want you to look over at this hand. If not, if that's uncomfortable, you'll just rest your head down and look up towards the ceiling. So the key here is to have your knee all the way down on the ground. If you cannot reach your knee to the ground, take a moment, grab a pillow or a yoga block, place it underneath your knee so that it's resting or making contact with the ground. And then you're also trying to open the shoulder, the back of your left shoulder, to rest down on the ground. And we're just gonna do a little mobilization of your shoulder joint and then help open your chest as well. So you'll slide your hand down towards your thigh like you're making a snow angel on the left side, and then sweep your arm up overhead, keeping the shoulder blade back and down against the back of your ribs, and come all the way back down. Let's do 5 of these. So this is 2, sweep the arm down for 3, and up. If you find a sticky spot, stop and breathe into it. This is 4, all the way down. Last one, up, and then down. Good. Now bring your knee back to your chest. Wiggle out your ankle if you need another little rotation there, and then switch legs. So now you're bringing your right knee into your chest. Left leg is long, so you might feel a nice big stretch now on this hip flexor. Once you have your knee into your chest, once again, you can roll this hip joint. Make sure you go both directions. And then find a little moment of stillness. Pull the knee into the chest. Roll your ankle. And then you're gonna extend your leg. Same thing, other side. So as your leg goes up, I want you to interlace your fingers behind your hamstring and then flex your foot. So pull your toes back towards your shin, and then same thing this side. Situate your hips so that your hips are going away from you, both equidistant, and there's space between your right ribs and right hip bone. And that takes an active engagement or active push through the sit bone away from you. Let's roll our ankle a few times each direction. And once again, you should feel this through the calf as it stretches. So the more you can pull your toes back towards your shin, the more stretch you'll get. Good, and then you're just gonna bend your knee slightly and then try to stretch it a little bit more, really lengthening through the heel. Down, bend, and then push. Really flex your foot. Bend the knee and push. One more. Bend and push. Good. Now bend your knee again. You'll take your left hand, grab your knee, pull it across your body. And once again, this knee, you want it to relax down onto the ground. Take your right hand, extend it out to the side. Palm faces up. And then look over your right shoulder, over towards your right palm. Now, if that's too much on your neck, once again, I just want you to look up, straight up. From here, take a nice big deep breath in and try to relax your right shoulder onto the ground. Once again, you might feel a difference on the two sides. Totally normal. Focus on your breathing. Every exhale, letting some muscles relax so your body can sink deeper into the stretch. Now let's do the same angel arm wings or flaps or whatever we're gonna sweeps, there's the word. You're gonna take your arm down towards your thigh. Keep the palm facing up towards the ceiling, and then sweep the arm overhead. Try to feel the shoulder blades spin and sit on your back of your ribs. This side is wonky for me. Totally okay though. Really engage the lat, pull it down, and then rotate. If you feel a spot, you need to stop, breathe. Exhale, release, and keep it moving. Let's do 3 more. Down and up. Here's 2. And up. And then the last one. All the way up. Pull your knee back into your chest. Little ankle roll if you need it. And then extend. Cool, now I want you to bring both knees into your chest now. So bend your knees, grab onto your knees, and then roll both of your hips. So they're going both out. 3 more. 2. And then go the opposite way. Big, big circles. Great, now you're gonna take your left knee, or left shin I should say, cross it over your right, let the knee fall out to the side. This is called a figure 4. You're pulling your right knee into your chest, reach behind your right thigh, grab the back of your right hamstring, just like we just did. Now from here, I like to take my left elbow and push it into my left inner thigh to help externally rotate my left leg, helping that hip stretch. So this is what we're going for right here. Outer hip and glute, figure 4. You can even straighten your leg above you if that feels better, or if it helps you get a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? A little more tension, a little more leverage, that's the word. I like to bend because then I really can drive my knee into my chest. And we're just gonna hold this for 15 more seconds. Really relax your head, neck, and shoulders. You can even see if you can feel a difference between straightening the leg and bending. Maybe you get a little different pressure in different spots. And then let's switch legs. So take now the right ankle, cross it over your left thigh, right knee falls out to the side. Interlace your fingers behind your left hamstring, and then take your right elbow and press it into the inner right thigh to help drive your knee away from your chest as you pull your left knee into your chest. Ooh. And just hold. Once again, you can straighten your leg. I feel like this gives you a little less tension. The bend really helps you drive your shin into your chest, really opening your hip. Now make sure you flex the foot that's crossed. That's going to help protect your knee. If you feel anything in your knee, I want you to pull back a little bit. No pain in the knees. But flexing your foot will engage the bottom muscles of your legs and help protect your knee joint. And then I'm just going to go through that full range of motion, holding this for about 15 more seconds. Up, and then down, up, and down. 1 more. And then release. Grab both of your knees. We're going to rock and roll up to a seated position. Take your time. And then we're going to start with just some oblique openers. So just sit in a nice crisscross position. You're going to take your left arm, reach up and over to the right. Big side bend. Once again, look up at the ceiling if that's comfortable. If not, you can look down at your right hand. There should be a bend in your right elbow, lowering your body a little closer to the ground. Now while you're reaching up and over with your left hand, I want you to drive down through your left sit bone. So it's almost like you're trying to push into this left side rib, creating lots of tension and length on the side body. And then you're going to come up out of that and then go back into it. We're going to do that 3 times. Up and over. Here's 2. Up and over. Last 1. Now this is you're going to take your top hand and you're going to scoop and look down at your right thigh, bringing the left hand down, and then you're going to bring it back all the way over your head. So bring it down, twisting towards your thigh, and then open, keep a nice soft bend in the arm, rotate down, and then back up, all the way back up to seated. Take your right hand up and over this time, and reach over to the left. Now this time you're driving your right hip down, and just holding, breathe, take a big breath into the right side ribs. Exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale, we're gonna go up and over 3 times. Here's 3, up. Here's 2. And one more, up and over. Now you're gonna hold, keep the soft bend in your elbow, rotate your chest down towards your left thigh, and then you're gonna open up. Rotate back down, arm comes with the chest, and then open to the side. One more, rotate down, and then up, come all the way up. Let's do a little neck stretching. So starting, stay seated where you are. Actually, let's switch your legs. So whatever legs you have, switch out your legs. I want you to take your left ear to left shoulder, take your left hand up and over to the outside of the right side of your head, and then take your right hand, place it down on the ground. So you want to feel a nice big stretch here on the right side of your neck and the right top shoulder. And let's take your palm, face it towards me, and then you're going to take your right hand, scoot it back like 4 to 6 inches. Ooh, this is intense. Inhale, exhale. And then I want you to rotate your head really slowly to look down. And give yourself a little pressure behind. And then come back. Left ear to left shoulder. And then release, really slowly come up out of that. Now the left hand is down to the side, palm faces me. Bring that hand back about 4 to 6 inches. Take your right hand, grab the outside of the left side of your head. Bring your right ear to right shoulder. And breathe, take a big breath in. Exhale. If you can, scoot the left hand back like 1 more inch. That should be opening all of this side neck, top shoulder, front shoulder. And then you're just gonna rotate your chin to chest, bringing your hand behind your head. You can give yourself a little bit of pressure here. And then bring it back. And then release. Bring your hands to your head. You're just gonna roll your head around one direction. And then roll it around the other direction. One more time each way. Roll, be really gentle. You can always bring your hand behind your head if you need to, extra little support. And then roll your shoulders up and back. Up and back. One more. Up and back. Now I want you to extend your legs out in front of you. We're gonna do a little bit more hamstring and hip opening. So you're gonna bring your left leg, left foot I should say, to the inner right thigh. So you're gonna make contact with your foot, bottom of your foot, and the inner right thigh. Extend your right leg out in front of you. Reach your arms overhead, let the knee fall to the side. Before we stretch, this is another place where you can place a block underneath your knee or a pillow. Pillow is really nice too. And just let it rest if you feel any tension in your low back or hip. Reach up and then hinge forward and just fold. Now here I want you to think about committing to tucking your chin so the back of your neck is long. And every time you breathe and exhale, I want you to try to fold a little bit more as you go. So we're gonna hold this for 1 whole minute. So big inhale if you haven't already, exhale, fold, and then you're just gonna tuck your chin. You can bring your hands to the outside of your leg if that feels good, or grab the bottom of your foot. And every time you exhale, try to release a little bit. I want you to feel this in your hamstring, calf by pulling your foot back, and then low back. These are your QLs right here in the back of your low back, that kind of meaty part, and then outer hip as well. And just breathe, inhale, exhale, and hold. You feel any tension in your calf, you can also roll your ankle around, maybe shift it side to side. And then roll all the way up. Good, let's do the other side now. So you extend your left leg out, bring the right foot to the inner thigh of your left leg. There it is. Remember to place the pillow or block underneath your knee if you need it. Extend your arms overhead. You're just going to hinge forward, flexing through your foot, squaring your chest to your thigh, and breathe. Big inhale, open mouth exhale. And once again, every time you exhale, I want you to fold a little bit farther. Big inhale and exhale. You have a whole minute here, so just relax. Tuck your chin, make the back of your neck really long. One more time, big inhale and exhale. And then roll it on up. Bring up both legs together. Now you're gonna sit up super tall. And then you're gonna tuck your chin as you roll and dive your body forward. Double leg stretch, hinge forward. Keep your feet flexed. So pull your toes back towards your shin. And then try to lift really tall up out of your hips, flat back forward, and hold. Now, if all you can reach is your shins, you better reach onto those shins and be proud of it today. If not, you're gonna grab your feet best you can. If you need more of a stretch, you can take a block, place it on the bottom of your feet to essentially make your legs longer and give you more of a place to stretch to. We're gonna do a little bit of quads and then we're gonna be done. And now I want you to point your feet and really collapse forward now. You can bend really round through your back. Big inhale, big exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. Really drive the back of your knees down into the ground. Don't let them pop up. Push down and exhale. Roll up. Woo! All right, you're just gonna come into a low lunge. We're gonna hit your hamstrings. Now, if you know your hamstrings are really tight, I want you to grab a strap or even a towel that you can wrap around the bottom of your foot. Otherwise, meet me in a low lunge. Let's do your right foot forward first. And you're gonna keep your left knee on the ground. So start on a kneeling position. You can place something underneath your knee as well, like a towel, if you need a little cushion. And you're gonna hinge your body forward into a low lunge. Bring your hands down to the outside of your feet. Now from here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna bend your back leg, reach up with your right arm, twist towards your right leg as you reach back for your left foot. So from this side, this probably makes more sense, yes? Of course it does. Hinge forward, reach up and back. So your chest should be twisting towards your bent knee. And then your top arm, so your right arm, reaching back towards your left foot. Now the key here is to think about squeezing the left glute really hard. Squeeze that glute really hard. Bring your heel to your glute and then push your hips forward. They really shouldn't go that far forward, especially if your hips are tight or your hip flexors are tight. And just hold. And if you need to come out of it, you just push your hips back towards your glute and then hinge forward. Now you can hang on to this as long as you like. Any dancers that watch this, this is how you get into your splits. This stretch is super important to really lengthen your quads and hip flexors. Because it's not just a hamstring that gets you into your split. And then release, other side. So just shift back out of that. Now your right knee is on the ground, left foot forward, hinge forward into your lunge. Place your hands on the ground. You're gonna reach up and over, twisting towards your bent leg, and then grabbing your foot. So from here, I'm thinking about pushing my hips down as I keep my heel as close to my glute as possible. I'm also rotating my body towards the bent knee. Look at that, that's our 30 minutes. Boom. We're just gonna finish this stretch and I will namaste and we will get on with our day, yes? Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Good, release. I just want you to sit back down into our crisscross position. Woo, sit up nice and tall, take a big deep breath in, arms up. And then exhale, let that go. One more time, big inhale up. Bring your palms together at the top, pull them down to heart center. And y'all have a great day, evening, rest of whatever you are doing today. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you next time.